Hi everyone, this is Jackie from Swiss Family Travels, and I'm coming to you today with a video about what to pack for young kids while on a flight. So what I do for Keenan, who is our 6-year-old, and I've been doing this for the past couple of years, is that he carries his own backpack. It's Avengers, pretty cool, so he'll have no problem carrying this around. I make sure that it's not too heavy. I'm going to put things in here that are quite light. Light enough for a 6-year-old to carry, and he's quite proud to carry his backpack. So I'll show you what I pack for our flights. I was on a flight the other day and we sat beside this older gentleman. It was just Keenan, me, and the older gentleman. I put Keenan in the middle, and I could see on his face when we sat down that he was a little like, okay, you know, I don't want to be sitting on this flight with a little kid who might be disruptive or, you know, start to cry. And probably in like hour two, the guy was actually started talking to Keenan and you know, asking him what movie he was watching. And at the end of the flight, he said to me, your little guy he's a pretty good traveler. And I said, yeah, he is pretty good. Cross my fingers. You know, I had to make sure that I had everything that Keenan needed to keep quiet and to keep entertained for that flight. So I packed some cars for Keenan. Here are his cars. So I'll allow him, he has a ton of Hot Wheel cars, and I'll allow him to choose the 4 cars that he wants to bring on our trip. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and it goes in his backpack. The next items to keep my buddy occupied are, he loves superheroes, so he's allowed to take 4 superheroes with him. And these are things that he necessarily will even open and play with on the plane. He can also play with it while we're in the hotel, or if we're staying in an apartment. I also like to take a few things when we go sightseeing, because you know, the Louvre is an amazing museum for us, but he gets a little fidgety, you know, walking through a museum for a couple of hours. So I do allow him to take a few items when we go sightseeing as well. So some action figures. The next item is his little teddy bear. So Keenan sleeps with a few teddy bears at night, and of course I'm not going to take them all with him when we go away. So I do allow him to choose one small teddy bear. And actually he did leave a teddy bear in Paris, and he was so sad about that, but we got him a replacement, and we just have to make sure that when we take it with us that we actually bring it back home. I take a few books with us, and I make sure that they're travel size. So right now he's into trucks and things like that. So these books are books that he can read that are at his level and things that he's interested in. So this is Blaze Monster Machine. So yeah, I'll take about 5 of these books. They're lightweight, they're very small, and yeah, he can read it on the flight, and he can also read it in the hotel room. So I also bring a notepad for Keenan, and he loves it when I say words and then he tries to spell it, and it's a good way to keep him occupied, to keep him learning as well, to keep him entertained in an educational way while we're on a flight. Coloring books. So I will not pack this entire coloring book. What I will do is take out a few pages and then put that in the backpack, and so he has, you know, if he gets tired of doing something else, he can color. The dollar store is your friend. You know, if you leave something somewhere, at least you know you haven't paid a ton of money for it, and you know, you can always dispose of it or leave it in the hotel. Sometimes I do that, and maybe a housekeeper can keep it, and then when we're going on another trip, I can always go to the dollar store and stock back up. Another thing I bring for Keenan is a little pencil case with markers. He does like to write more than he likes to color, but you know, I still do stock up the pencil case with markers and some crayons, and you know, he's able to color or draw or do his phonics words. Disinfectant wipes. So I always have disinfectant wipes and I distribute them among the 5 of us. Keenan also has some in his backpack as well, you know, just to make sure that everybody has disinfectant wipes and everybody can wipe their hands clean and, you know, keep nice and sanitary and nobody's getting sick. I also put some Kleenex in his backpack. So again, everybody else gets Kleenex distributed to them, you know, throughout the 5 of us, and Keenan has his own as well. So entertainment. Keenan loves playing games, and I do have an old phone and I have just downloaded a bunch of games on there, some games that he really likes and then some educational games that I think are beneficial to him as well. So, you know, he'll have some time to play whatever Angry Birds or car games that he wants, and then he can also do like phonics and math games, and you know, this really keeps him entertained. It's very small, you know, so that when we're going on our day trips, I can also bring this with us. I do bring a tablet as well. I can't find his tablet right now. He seems to have lost it from around the house. But his tablet lasts for about 30 minutes and then it dies because it is a kid's tablet, which I like, so that when it's dead, he can go and do something else. But the phone is a backup, and the phone is really good because it's nice and small and light, and that can go in his backpack as well. I do bring a USB key. Now, I don't put this in Keenan's backpack. I carry the USB key. So before we leave on our trip, I'll download a bunch of movies and TV shows for him, and I will actually for all of us, and I'll put them on the USB stick, and then I'll bring our laptop, and just in case, you know, the movies or the TV shows that are available on the plane aren't of interest to him, I know what he likes, so I will download some things and bring that for him. I do bring disposable underpants for Keenan. I bring 2. So 1 on the flight, and then I'll pack 1. So, you know, he doesn't have any problems where bedwetting is concerned, but if we are taking an overnight flight, and you know, sometimes your timing is off in terms of when you usually sleep and then when you're sleeping on a plane. And so I do this just in case. Now, I've never actually had to use it in terms of, you know, he's never actually had to use it, I should say. But I do put it on him just in case. And speaking of sleeping, I do bring Keenan's little neck pillow. I also bring a few snacks, because sometimes what they serve on the plane, you know, is not necessarily what he likes. So I'll bring a sandwich sometimes, and I'll bring some, you know, granola bars and bags of chips. I will pack some cheese for him. Sometimes I can get away with bringing like applesauce or yogurt. Sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't. But yeah, just a little snack bag for him, so he has the things that he likes to eat while we're on the flight. Okay, so we're all ready to go. Keenan has his backpack, we have our luggage, and we're good to go. I hope these tips were useful to you, and if they were, please like the video and subscribe. Until next time, this is Jackie from Smith Family Travels saying happy travels.